You're watching Legends of Rod and Reel.
In 1990, Joe Tόμás won bass fishing's biggest purse and suddenly found himself atop the ladder in angling's professional world.
This dates me tremendously right here. This is the original set of big league bass cards. It was the first year they ever did trading cards for pro fishermen. And yeah, I'm wearing the short shorts again.
Yes, Joe was a popular guy. He kept busy with speaking engagements and sports shows and, of course, tournament fishing. A friend decided to document Joe's hectic schedule on the long and hard pro fishing road. In that, a book was born.
When the finished product came out and the reception that the fishing world gave that book was overwhelming. We sold over 10,000 copies of it.
But over the next few years, Joe's career bounced a bit. By 2000, Joe found himself winning fewer tournaments. Even his list of sponsors was dwindling.
For whatever reason, I was in a slump. I was having a tough time, and it started to reflect in my personal endorsements and my sponsorships. And I'd come in from a tournament, and I'd had a bad tournament, and it was 3 or 4 in a row. And the phone rings. Lo and behold, I go to the phone, and it's Wade Sherman, the senior VP at the Outdoor Channel. And he had worked with me several years prior, and he said, we're going to put an angler on the tournament trail. He said, we want to do a major sponsorship. We're talking wrap truck, wrap boat. That was the new craze. He said, we want somebody for a spokesperson. Are you interested? And that was a major thank you God moment. I mean, it was like the earth stood still for me at that second. I'm just, you're thinking, this is my shot. This is my big opportunity.
Turns out the Outdoor Television Network wanted a TV show just like Joe's book.
We put it together, and that's where the show, my very first television show, Angler on Tour. Angler on Tour is coming at you right now.
Our next young man is a man from Cincinnati, Ohio.
The show went for 5 years. They documented my every move on television, and it basically allowed America to travel with me, to see the ups and the downs and the goods and the bads, and they've seen me at my best and they've seen me at my worst.
Joe is now one of the most recognizable anglers with one of the most recognizable fishing rigs around.
I'll tell you what, yalla, yalla, yalla. Huh? Now, it's just like a trademark, you know.
A few years back, Joe upped the television ante with a second new show, a long-time dream of his.
Ultimate Match Fishing. I'm so proud of Ultimate Match Fishing.
What happens when you bring the world's most competitive bass anglers to a tournament?
That was a concept that I wanted to portray for years, and now it's been on the air for 5 years, and it is very successful.
The competitive fishing show remains one of the most popular on the Outdoor Channel.
Woo.
It's a project which keeps Joe and his 2 television partners hard at work.
Great fish.
We're small. We don't even hang out a shingle. You know, we just keep it small, and it is another cliche. We're sort of like a family. You know, it's not to say we don't butt heads every once in a while. We do, but it's all in a good-natured, spirited way that hopefully ends up with a better product at the end of the day. The real secret about Joe Tόμás, and this is one that you don't want to tell anybody, this whole fishing thing is really just to support his archery hunting habit.
Fact is, Joe's been a bow hunter about as long as he's been pitching baits. His goal? To take all 28 North American game animals with a bow.
It's a new chapter for me, but it's just something I'm extremely passionate about.
But no secret, he knows where he's made his mark, the world of bass fishing.
I love the outdoors. I love making a living in the outdoors. And I think people see that. I think people see that when they watch me on television.
That sucker corked it, huh?
It's not a joke. I'm not faking. When I'm having a hoot, I'm having a hoot.
If you ever wondered where fishtails come from...
Oh, cool. What's going on, man?
Odds are you've never stopped by Dixie's.
This is it. This is where everybody hangs out. Everybody comes
The
in
history
here.
of Southern Ohio's
Drink
local
coffee
bass
and
fishing
chill
scene
out.
hangs from the walls.
You'll never come in here, though, that you won't find 4 or 5 guys lying. That's pretty good. Yeah. As soon as you open the door, you start hearing lies. That's a good story anyway. Yeah, it was a good story.
The guys who most likely pushed Joe Tόμας to grow as a competitive angler.
These were the best of the best in this area at the time. These guys were, you know. I fished against these guys, all these guys, for years.
Now there's a new league of young guys looking to make a mark. Turns out the bait doesn't splash far from the boat, so to speak. His 16-year-old son Ryan's right along beside him.
Dude, you're not supposed to catch the first one. What are you doing?
It's all right.
It's not fair. I bird dogged that one, you know.
Yeah, I know you.
And Ryan seems to be making his mark in the bass world, too.
I fished a Federation Nation Junior Trail in Ohio, and actually in 2008, I was the state champion for Ohio, so that was a pretty big deal for me.
Oh, got it. Oh, he came off. Shoot. Throw it in there. Oh, he got it.
You got it?
Yeah, you got it.
I thought he missed it.
No, man, he sucked it under. But you know, I'm gonna let you catch all those little ones. I'm gonna use this Sammy and catch a big one.
All right, that works. He took me out here since I was, you know, 5, 6, 7 years old. And, you know, he's taught me different techniques and stuff on this lake, you know, everything from, you know, flipping to fishing finesse baits, to jerk baits, everything, you know. Pretty much learned it on this lake.
And nowadays, Ryan even takes the show on the road with Dad.
They're traveling on the road together now.
A role Joe's wife used to play back in the good old days.
Well, Mom, you don't have to come. And I'm like, but, you know, I was the one that used to go to all the trips, and, you know, you got to tag along, and now, you know, it's like they don't even need me anymore, so try not to take that personally.
Oh, he's got it.
He does, doesn't he?
Okay, now I'm not happy. That's 3, okay? 3 in a row.
3-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, seems Ryan's getting good enough to outfish Dad some days.
I hate to say it, but it happens often.
There you go.
3 in a row.
Every one of these fish is chunky, too.
There they are. They're healthy. Happens often.
See how I walk it? See how it walks back? I walk it back.
Whatever.
That's the key. See how it walks?
In the early days when we would go out, it was just having a good time. But now he wants to know what it's about, and I feel like I'm kind of passing some of that on. So that's kind of cool. Oh, big fish, Ryan. Nice one.
Good fish.
Yeah, he's over those logs though. Daggone it.
Let him swim out.
Trying to.
There you go.
Got him.
Open water.
Another good one.
I don't think of him as Joe Tόμας, professional bass fisherman. I think of him as my dad, you know? Good fish.
Summertime in Ohio, I'll bump on that one.
Take that any day.
Right.
Yes, these are the life and times of a bass pro, a guy named Joe Tόμas who long ago vowed to become a professional angler.
Oh, he got it. We got a double. We got a double. We're on, baby.
It sure appears goal accomplished.
I wanted to be able to enjoy my life, do what I wanted to do, spend it in the outdoors, and be able to make a good living. And you know, if that makes you a legend, then I'm a legend. You know, if you've got to win 5 Bassmasters Classics and have $5 million in earnings, then maybe I won't make it. But I think at the end of the day, when this is all said and done, it's been a good ride, and I think I'm going to look back on it and be pretty happy I took the path I took.